Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Deep Prep. Tonight we are going to be starting our Italian series, and I really wanted to start out with the most basic building block of Italian food, which is fresh pasta. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. We've got flour, salt, and eggs. That's it. All right, so we're gonna insert our bowl and just lock it in. Now we're gonna put our dough hook on, and then we're gonna add our flour. Now this flour, you can measure it if you like, but I like to do this by sight. What I'm gonna worry about is the texture. We're looking for a type of feel. So I'm just gonna show you how to do that right now. That's about 2 cups of flour. Now we're gonna crack some eggs in there. So I'm gonna start with 2 eggs. We're gonna lower the dough hook down, lock it in, and we're gonna start mixing. So with my 2 cups of flour and my 2 eggs, I realize there's not enough egg in there. That's what's providing the moisture. So I'm gonna crack 1 more egg in here, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so what we're looking at right now, we've got some pasta that is very close, but it's not quite ready yet. Watch how that stretches. Well, we need a little bit more flour. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons. And we're going to start the mixer back up again. All right, so our pasta is starting to come together. It's got a bit of stretch, and it's not too tacky, but it's just tacky enough that I want to drag it off this hook. And now it's time to add just a touch of salt. Mix this up for another 10 minutes to develop the gluten. That's beautiful. It's not too tacky. It's nice and pliable. We're going to bring it right off of this dough hook. And what we want to do is just wrap it up for about a half an hour. And we're going to let that sit just so the gluten can develop. So our pasta dough has been resting for about a half an hour. We're going to unwrap it, and I'm just going to take my knife. That looks like about a portion. And I'm just going to flatten it out with my hand. And we're going to sprinkle it with just a touch of flour, rub it around, flip it over on the other side, do the same. And then we're going to put it into the sheeter. All right, so I've got my pasta sheeter on the widest setting. I'm going to drop this piece of dough right down the center. It's going to start rolling out the pasta. And you want to do this a couple times on each setting. Each time you do this, you're going to see longer and wider pasta. So the technique here is that you drop it in to the pasta roller, and then you want to catch it with your bottom hand. Now what we're going to do is hit this with some flour to make sure that when we run it through the cutter blades, it's not going to stick. Now that's a sheet of pasta. We're going to take off this sheeting blade, and we're going to put on the linguine blade. And just look at that. Beautiful linguine noodles. And as one hand is feeding the noodles, we should be sprinkling with flour. That looks delicious. We're just going to take some torn basil, some chili flake, a little bit of garlic, and butter. And we're going to toss that with our fresh pasta. It's going to be delicious. 1 clove of chopped garlic. Chili flake. This is called cracking your herbs. We've got our fresh linguine, and we're going to drop it right into our salted boiling water. And that's only going to cook for about maybe a minute. We want a bit of that pasta water. That's going to help make our sauce. All right, let's try this pasta. It's fantastic. I like cheese! Jesus Christ, that's good.